Hi there, this is Elizabeth from Gabriel Family Adventures, and today I'm going to share with you our experience at the Royal Gorge Bridge and Park outside of Canon City, Colorado. And this is a place that we sort of happened upon because we were doing a little cabin trip and we wanted to find somewhere new as we continue our weekend adventures throughout Colorado. And so we found the Royal Gorge, and it is a place that if you're, young, old, single, with a family, I highly recommend. It is great. So in this review, what I'm gonna do is I'll tell you a little bit about where it is, the prices, and kind of what's included in your experience at the Royal Gorge Bridge, as well as what we thought overall and why I think you should go. So here we go. Okay, so a little background about the area. The Royal Gorge Bridge is about 2 hours away from Denver, about an hour away from Colorado Springs, and it's outside of the town of Canon City, Colorado. And it's easy to get to. We road tripped there, and so we rented some cabins that I'll be doing a review of, so if you want to subscribe to this channel, you can check that out in a little bit. And so easy to get to. In order to get to the Royal Gorge Bridge, you just kind of take a little drive up the hill. It's not very difficult to get to. The parking is free, and you actually can get a stunning view just from the parking lot. So if you kind of wanted to just drive up and check out the bridge, but if you're a little afraid of heights and don't want to actually go across it, go to the parking lot, take your photos, and go out to lunch. It's an option. But I really think you should go through the bridge and have the whole experience, and it's well worth it. And so we bought our tickets. They give the kids these super cute little Junior Ranger badges, and my son actually wore his for about 3 days in a row because he just thought it was so great. And you walk outside and you get an even more spectacular view of the gorge itself. And as you walk over towards the gondola, what you'll see is there's also a zip lining option. So you can pay for that as an add-on. It's about $45, and you have to weigh over 100 pounds. And so our little daredevil 6-year-old, she really wanted to go on the zip line. And so we watched a few people come across the gorge, and the end is a little fast, but everyone had huge smiles on their faces. They looked like they were having an awesome time. So she was so bummed that she's not even close to 100 pounds. So I think she's gonna have to wait a few years, but you can add that on if you want. And if you're one of those thrill seeker types, I think the zip line does look like quite a lot of fun as an option, as an upgrade. There's an additional feature called the Sky Coaster that you can also pay for, which is $30. And it wasn't in operation the day we were there. I'm not quite sure why, but according to the website, it kind of catapults you about 50 miles an hour out through the gorge. So I think if you're one of those adrenaline types, it sounds like a lot of fun. To me personally, it sounds terrifying, but I'm afraid of heights. So, but if you like that sort of thing, the pictures looked really cool. So that's an option as well. And the gorge is open 365 days of year, weather permitting. I mean, if there's some kind of huge weather system, they probably close. And it opens at 10 a.m. every day, and depending on the time of year, it closes between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And it also depends on if they're having events. So they have this whole concert series, they have artists come. There's lots of different things going on at the gorge. So the times might be adjusted depending on what's going on that day. So the bridge itself was completed in 1929, and it was made to cross the Arkansas River. And the history, if you're into that sort of thing, is fascinating. So there are the whole area, they've found dinosaur bones there. So there's a very, very long history in this area of Colorado. A lot of Native American influence in the area. It was the site of some railroad wars, and so there's just a ton of stuff going on. Tragically, it was also the site in 2013 of a fire that damaged a lot of the area around the Royal Gorge Bridge. But so if you want to read about those things, that's an option too. And our kids actually, I read and shared some of that with them, and they're 4 and 6, and they were really interested in it. They thought it was pretty neat. So I think it's nice because this area gives you, beautiful scenery, really interesting architecture, history that's fascinating, and some fun stuff for the kids. So what you can do, and what we did, is we went over to the gondola. It was a very short line because the gondola itself, it's kind of in 3 different cars. Each one holds 8 people, so you get a lot of people going. It doesn't move super fast, but fast enough. So you get on the gondola, the doors close, and it gives you this very beautiful sort of slow and steady view of the bridge, of the gorge. You can look down and see the water where people in the summertime do whitewater rafting. And there's also some railroad tracks, so you can take a train ride if you want down through the gorge. So you get to see all of that. And because Colorado has 300 days of sunshine a year, the likelihood of you being there on a beautiful sunny day is pretty high. The odds are in your favor. So we had a gorgeous sunny day. It wasn't too cold out, and so we went across the gorge and got to see all of that. And then when you get off of the gondola, you might think, oh, well, now I'm just gonna walk across the bridge and walk home, but that's actually not the case. On the other side of the gorge, there is this whole section where they have concerts. Then if you walk down a little bit, you'll find this awesome playground that's got kind of an old-timey style to it, but all the fun stuff that kids love. There's a little rock climbing wall, there's slides, you know, there's different rope towers that you can climb up. So we spent a lot of time there, and the kids went on this carousel, and everything is included in your entry. Hi, Goofy! The only thing that wasn't included that we chose to pay for was this hand wax dipping, which our friends who we went with, they're from the East Coast, and they said it's a really big thing over there, but we're from the West Coast, and I hadn't seen this as kind of a thing at different tourist destinations, but our kids loved it. So the gal said that you can basically do any hand gesture as long as it's appropriate. And so our daughter did a cute little peace sign, and then she got to pick her favorite colors. And then our son, who we joke should have been born in the Wild Wild West because he's always air gunning it, he had to get his air gun, so he got a little air gun hand dip, and we kept those and really tried to keep them safe so they didn't break off.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Love it. Where are you going to put it in your room?
Up, down, baby. Keep that finger straight, baby.
And in the water.
I love that he has like a trigger.
Keep the finger straight.
Like,
and we let them play. We were there for a few hours, and the kids had so much fun. We saw there was a lot of construction going on. They're building more onto the playground, so it's going to be even more fun next time we go.
Go, Koopy. Say it.
And then once you're done with that, you can walk down and you can see where there's this cool little theater where you can learn more about the history of the area. There's a barbecue restaurant over there, and then there's the bridge, and that's what you can walk back across. And it's absolutely stunning. What are we gonna do right now?
Bridget's long.
Yeah. So when you walk across the bridge, you might be a little nervous because it is really high, but just know that it's super safe. It's very secure. When we were going across on the gondola, we actually saw a car driving. I think it was a park ranger or something going the other way. So you'll be okay. And it is a little nerve-wracking though because there's wooden planks, and for some of them you can see in between, and it's a long way down. But it's also really stunningly beautiful. Our kids loved it, and we actually took quite a while to get across the bridge just because they were enjoying themselves so much. Because we were there in October, there's all these little Halloween things which are quite cute, and they have the names of every state in the union going along the side, so you could take your picture if you're not from Colorado, or even if you are, there's one for Colorado as well. So you can take your photo and post it or do whatever you want. And then as you work your way over, you know, you really get kind of a different perspective on the gorge itself as you're sort of looking down. And when you get to the end of the bridge, there's another viewing section where there used to be this incline rail that was unfortunately destroyed in the 2013 fire, but that was another feature that they used to have that they don't have anymore, which is really too bad. But you can see where that used to be, which is pretty incredible. And then you go back up to the visitor center, and in the visitor center there's a restaurant, there's a bar. The food's okay. It's kind of your typical tourist fare. It's pizza slices and some burgers and popcorn and things like that. it was fine. It got the job done. We were a little cold because it was windy on the bridge, but so we were able to warm up, but it definitely wasn't, you know, amazing food. And then after we left the restaurant, you can't leave unless you walk through the gift shop. So there's plenty of souvenirs you can buy, all kinds of little shirts and coffee mugs and all the kind of fun touristy stuff. So you kind of wander through there, and then you're off on your merry way to go do other fun things in and around Canon City. And so we didn't just do the Royal Gorge, we actually did a few other excursions on our trip down to Canon City, which I'll be sharing in future videos. So if you want to subscribe below, you can check those out later. But overall, I highly recommend this area if you're a road tripper, if you're looking for something fun and exciting to do, something outdoorsy and interesting and educational. It's all of the above. So I highly recommend the Royal Gorge Bridge. You will not be disappointed. And I thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put those below, and I will see you later.